You've just pulled into the barn to see your horse and go for a ride. What you do from this point, having literally just arrived, to when you actually go out to see your horse is going to have a big impact on how well your ride really goes. I'm Callie. Welcome back to the weekly show here at CRK Training. And I'd like to tell you about one of the common mistakes that I see students making. And I see this happening so often just with students that are coming for their riding lessons. And I bet that maybe you've done this too. I know that I've been guilty of it. When we can be more aware of this little preparation of how we are from when we arrive to when we actually go out to our ride, it makes such a big difference. The mistake that I see many people making is they pull into the barn and right away there's a time limit. There's either a certain amount of time before they need to be ready for their lesson, or there's only a certain amount of time to get their horse and to get their ride in before being back to work, or even just bringing that time pressure that was maybe earlier in the day that caused some stress or some anxiety. So they get to the barn, they grab the halter, rush out to the field, get their horse, bring him in, tack him up, hustle down to the arena. And then it's only when they first start to get on, maybe it's at the mounting block or it's when they actually swing a leg over and start walking, do they actually breathe out, relax a little bit, and start thinking about the horse, paying attention to the horse, and thinking about their ride. Already there's been a disconnect created between the horse and the person because the person came in rushing and fast and the horse was hopefully grazing peacefully out in the field or hanging out in his stall. And the horse might also already be a little anxious and tense because there's probably been so many little things that they've done that have been missed because of that rush to just get in and get the ride started. There's a quote from Mark Rashid that I really like, and the essence of it is essentially to be good at horsemanship is to be good at life. The qualities that we practice throughout our life are the same qualities that we're going to bring to our horse and to our ride. So if we're rushing around through everything else and we're never stopping to really notice ourselves and notice the individuals around us, we're going to do the same thing when we get to the barn. If the only place that we really seek to find more a place of stillness and a place of attunement is when we're actually riding our horse, we're missing so many other opportunities to practice this throughout our day, and especially right before our ride starts. So I would encourage you to think about first just taking that time of when you arrive to the barn to when you go out to first greet your horse. When you arrive at the barn, think about starting to slow down then. Maybe you sit in your car for just a few more minutes and you start to notice the different sights and the sounds around the barn. You get out, perhaps you choose to walk the longer route around to your horse's field. Again, getting in the rhythm of the walk, using that just to slow down and to already start preparing for your ride. All of the same skills that we practice when we're riding, having steady breathing, being in good balance, being aware of our body and our posture, you can practice that from the time that you first get to the barn. You can walk with more awareness of your posture. All the little things that perhaps your riding instructor tells you, like stay more open through your chest, or keep breathing, keep your eyes up. You can practice that even as you're going out to get your horse. And you can look for all those little opportunities, those little places where you can find moments of connection. Maybe it's going out to the field instead of just walking right up and pulling up your horse's head and sliding the halter on. Instead, you go up and you just stand with them for a moment. And you wait until they bring their head up before you move in with the halter. And then when you bring your horse in, you start brushing, there might be times that you can notice that, oh, he's a little more sensitive. I saw him twitch a bit when I brushed this spot, and that wasn't there before. It's something that you can continue to watch for him. Maybe it's when you put the saddle on. You notice that he's just tightens a little bit more than normal. Or maybe it's the opposite. You notice before he was tightening, but this time he seems so much softer. All these little things are what keep us really attuned and connected to our horse. Not only getting us in a good mental place for starting the ride, but also just noticing physically and being really aware of physical changes in our horse so that we can catch things before it gets all the way to a full-blown behavior problem, like a horse that suddenly won't stand in cross ties and pulls back when you go to tighten the girth. When you can walk into your ride, whether it's just heading out of the barn to go out into the trails or it's heading into the arena, and you can walk with your horse where you're not dragging them along behind you, but you're actually walking together and already finding that flow of rhythm and movement, it's going to make your ride so much better. Now I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below and just share one thing that you do in the time before you ride, when you first get to the barn, when you go out to your horse, that helps your ride go much better. I look forward to your comments. If you're watching this anywhere besides CRK Training Blog, go there to leave your comment. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss another video.